Welcome to Just the Two of Us Homestead. We are Colleen and Frank, and we live in the perfect size homestead just for us in southwestern Quebec. Gardening, growing food, and preserving is one of our passions. And our barn animals, we love them so much, they're just like pets. And we're so fortunate to be able to live our lives as we do. Each and every day is a blessing. Hi, everyone. It may look like it's nighttime, but it's daytime. It's only like noonish, and it's a dark, dreary, rainy day. And I have a craving for one of my mom's recipes. So that's what we're going to make today. It's called chocolate CHIPIT squares. And again, it's so easy because I only do easy. And it mixes up so fast, and it only takes 15-20 minutes in the oven. And you make like a base, and then we're going to kind of make like a meringue top with the chocolate chips. It's really, really good. And I remember having this only as a treat when I was young because I come from a very large family. So certain desserts were only reserved for like special occasions because money was tight and my mother loved to bake. And certain things were kept only for special occasions because feeding a large family. And one of my brothers, if he saw what she was baking, I swear he got up in the middle of the night, crawled into the kitchen, and took everything. No joke. He was little, but okay. So half a cup of shortening, half a cup of brown sugar. It just takes all your regular ingredients that you would already have in the house. You don't have to go out and buy anything special for this. And I just made this brown sugar this morning. So half a cup of brown sugar. Oh, no white sugar. I don't remember that. And I'll just kind of like mix as I go along. My butter is kind of room temperature, so I'm just trying to spread it out a bit. Probably should have taken it out a bit sooner. Now, you can put it in an 8x8 or a 9x9, and I've done it both. But what I'm doing different today, because it'll look prettier for you guys to see it, is I'm going to put it in a glass pan. I've only ever used like an aluminum pan, but you guys won't get to see how the layers kind of look. So I hope it turns out okay. I can't imagine it not. Plus, I find I tend to switch over a lot of my baking and cooking now, a lot of it to glass anyway, all my casseroles and everything. Okay, so 1 egg yolk. I'm using a duck egg today. Oh, their shells are so hard. And we're going to use the egg white later on, so you're not wasting an egg white. Okay, so an egg yolk. Oops, I just dropped my towel. I'm going to switch between. One cup of flour. Just level it off, nothing fancy. 1 teaspoon baking powder. an eighth of a teaspoon of baking soda, and you mix it with a tablespoon of hot water. And it's funny because there's another one of my mother's recipes that I want to share with you guys one day, but it's such a treasured recipe. I'm saving it for a special occasion. That another one of her recipes, you do this as well. So I'm taking an eighth of a teaspoon of baking soda, and I'm just going to wait till the tap is hot and just put a tablespoon of hot water in it. My water gets hot very fast. Just mix that up. Fingers always are better. And a teaspoon of salt. And a teaspoon of vanilla. And that's our base. I guess it's kind of like a shortbread base. I don't want to spill this over my bowl, so I'm a wee bit shaky today, so there. And that's our base. So I'm going to mix this all together. My mother has tons of baking recipes, so maybe every once in a while I'll pull one out. I just make the ones that I know that I really liked a lot as a kid over and over. I tend to go to the ones that have like a lot of chocolate in them because that's my favorite thing. You see, it's kind of like a shortbread base, I guess. It's all come together. So what I'm going to do is I'm not really going to spray the pan. I'm just keeping the paper from my butter. I put a little bit more on it from my butter dish. And I'm just going to go like this along the bottom. Just a little bit in the corners. Like that. And then we're going to press this in to our pan. Probably better get a spoon for this. I'm not pressing hard because the harder you press, the more it sticks. So just going to make sure it's all squished in there. My baking term, squished in there. Okay, now we're going to make the topping. Okay, now we're going to take our egg white. You could do this in a stand mixer, but I don't see why you would, and not everybody has one. I'm going to do it in this bowl. I need something a little bit deeper. So I'm taking the egg white and we're going to beat it until it's very stiff. We're going to make kind of like a meringue. That looks pretty stiff. See the nice little peaks I'm getting? That's perfect. From one egg white. Okay, then we're going to add into that a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, or a bit more, and half a package of chocolate chips, or about 6 to 7 ounces. And then we're just gonna fold this in. We're not gonna really stir it. We're just gonna fold it, kind of. You don't want to completely ruin that nice egg white you just beat. Just like that. And that's it. And we're going to put it on top of the crust we made. So we're just going to pour it on top of our base. Spread it around. And you think half a package of chocolate chips isn't enough, and it is. If you put more, it ruins the meringue. And believe me, I've tried. I thought, oh, that's not enough, but it is. There we go. So I'm going to put this into a 350 oven for about 15-20 minutes. I'll check on it at 15, and then it has to cool and everything. That's the hard part, waiting for it to cool. So we'll check it at 15 minutes. There. Look at that. Oh, it smells so good. So now we wait. I did 17 minutes in my oven. I guess if you wanted it a bit crunchier, you could go longer. I've done this recipe several times, so I know how I like it. But to me, it's perfect this way. So we'll let it cool down, give it a taste test, and I'll show you the texture and all that. But it's so good, and it smells delicious. And I think I'm going to have it with a nice glass of cold milk. So I'll see you in a little bit. I probably should wait a little bit longer because they're still really quite warm. But I kind of want to eat them while they're warm, so I don't know how this is going to come out. Look how ooey gooey it is. And the first piece is always the worst anyway, but yeah, I'm making a mess of it, but oh, look at, okay, so it doesn't look so pretty because it's still warm. And when I told you that when you think half a package of chocolate chips isn't enough, it is. I'll show you close in a minute, but you have your beautiful base, like a shortbread base, but even better. And then your chocolate chips. If you let it cool properly, you'll get nice squares out of it. But I can't wait. And like, I can't believe how much chocolate there is in it. I should have got a napkin, sorry. My favorite drink. It's so good. And it's so light because of the meringue. It's not like it's a sweet dessert, but you don't feel it is because it's so light with that meringue. Really, really good. It just brings back so many memories for me, too. This has been in our family for years and years. So I'm going to go finish this and my glass of milk, and I'll probably have a coffee right after. Thank you so much for spending this rainy, yucky day with me and spending time in the kitchen with me. And until we're together again, take care.